When I came to Project Quest, I had no expectations, and maybe a little bit being that it was a place I needed to go to sort of work on the psychological aspect of losing a loved one. And shortly after I came the first or second time I met with somebody like Lucia Marks, I realized that Lucia was much, much more than just a mental health provider, and that Project Quest was just more than a place to come to make your what was ever ailing you right.
Project Quest is a wellness center, and it is a place that people can come, and wherever they are and whatever their need is, hopefully find their place and the different experiences that can help them deal with an illness if that's what they have, look at patterns within their lives that perhaps need to be changed, and be able to get the support and help to make life be richer, fuller, healthier, a wellness concept.
When I first heard about my diagnosis, I was horrified.
The last thing I expected to hear, and I just immediately went into the survival mode.
I wasn't sick, nothing hurt. How could I have cancer?
Project Quest is not just an organization that's fulfilling a mission. Project Quest is a place of recovery for many different kinds of people, for many different kinds of diseases and situations. We have a very diverse community where we draw clients from and to us. We have a very diverse staff that have been through their own professional experiences as well as personal challenges. My mother had breast cancer, my sister had breast cancer, so I'm real familiar with that and have done a lot of work in my other life treating people with cancer.
And it's about moving forward. It's about living. I was reading in my little meditation I do every morning, this piece in a book that says, "Help me live so I can die."
And you really need people who understand, and you need support. I really wish that I would have found the Arquette program when I was first diagnosed and when I was going through all the treatments.
It's been really rewarding to me to work with the women with breast cancer and other clients with cancer coming through Project Quest, through our Arquette Cancer program. I offer osteopathic treatment for them, which can be helpful in a physical sense. It helps with the immune system and lymphatic system and blood circulation and on a lot of physical levels, and also helps to relieve pain. It complements the other treatments that we do here, the massage and manual lymph drainage and acupuncture and naturopathy. And I just feel like it's so important to have a team of complementary medicine folks to support people in whatever process they're in with their cancer treatment.
I was telling the person that brought me in this morning that it seems the more it unfolds, it's not like finding oil on water getting whiter and whiter, but it's like Project Quest is the water. It's just got so much depth. I just find it all healthy and positive and never forced. It's just available, and people are very supportive. I've made friends and groups. It's just been, it really has allowed me to form a life. It's just, and there are other parts of it that I haven't even tapped yet.
We wanted to build on the community that Project Quest had for HIV and AIDS. About a year and a half ago, we wrote a grant to the Komen Foundation for a very integrative breast cancer healing program that uses mind-body medicine, as does most of the Project Quest work we do, to help women with breast cancer heal all parts of themselves that are affected by the disease. I'm a survivor myself. I had the disease 4 years ago, and I think you get blindsided by the kinds of things that get affected. Your family life gets affected, everyone's worried about you, and yet you're just trying to deal. And so you want to take care of yourself, but you don't want to have to take care of your family members. Those are some kinds of issues that come up. You are paying out for medical insurance side things that aren't covered, and if you're like me, I really wanted to use alternative, so-called alternative, but I call it crucial care, complementary medicine to help heal.
We have a very strong mental health component with therapists who have had a lot of experience in health psychology in looking at if a person is diagnosed with an illness, how important it is to take the illness seriously so that you make the changes and get the treatments that you need, but at the same time to not get stuck that this is who I am and this is now what my life is about. So there's a very important transition that people with a life-challenging illness need to make, of getting a diagnosis, taking that diagnosis seriously. So for a time, if I'm diagnosed with cancer, I'm going to be very involved in cancer treatments, but I need not get stuck in my life is about cancer and I am a cancer patient.
So Project Quest is so good at really listening and allowing kind of an alternative way of looking at life and healing. I love that I can see clients and have a referral to Wendy, the osteopathic doctor here, you know, if they need a medical attention. And I love that we have a community here that we're, you know, hey, you're having problems with nutrition, we got nutrition night, or we've got Team Quest, or we've just got a community of people that fulfill all these different roles, you know, that you can trust.
Certainly in my background in medicine, I've seen so many times and places where there's a deeper psychological component that needs to be addressed, or a mental, emotional, spiritual component. Maybe somebody comes in with diabetes and is having trouble following a diet or even caring about a diet because of some issue they have in their background or their life, you know, some challenges that are going on. And it's much more of a continuum. I mean, all of us go through times in our lives where we need someone to just bounce ideas off of and to talk to and share things with.
So often these areas of physical medicine and mental health or psychological medicine are separate, and in that it seems many people who say a person who's diagnosed with cancer, to have all the treatments that you have that have so many effects, where people often feel nauseated and it just seems endless. You have this whole taking in of this change in your life and who am I now and what is this going to mean, and having support that helps there be a smoother transition and more help in dealing with the anxiety and depression makes for much better care of the whole person.
I had a hard time knowing my disease, trying to figure out what it looked like. And a lot of them are people's diseases and fears. And here's a mask that Dan hides behind, and underneath is a sad clown that he wants to break out and become with the living there. This is my animal warrior, Gray Wolf, and he's powerful. He's a fighter. His life is in jeopardy of becoming extinct. I connect with that. I feel like I'm becoming extinct also, and so together, it's kind of, we're getting there.
This mask that I made here is my disease mask, and I was really angry at the time. I was really mad that I had this virus in me, and that this just reminded me about how black and dirty and disgusting it could get. So this basically is the disease from the trash can, and then I realized that the disease isn't all that ugly, and it's not completely terrible and gross like this, like what this looks like. So I realized that there was two parts to the disease, and the second part was that it was inside of me, so it can't be all bad.
I believe that we as a culture don't take the time to practice creativity. I think that's lacking in our culture, and I think to bring that to a person, for a person to experience that again, helps them find a place of wholeness, and I think that's essential in healing. I think that weaving and art in general really, really helps you to be present in the moment and to become very aware of yourself, what's happening with yourself, and to let everything else go. The weaving process, the rhythmic nature of it, the repetition, the meditative quality. When you weave, it's difficult to weave quickly. You have to slow down, you have to be present, and I think that really helps in the healing process.
Food is actually a vehicle for emotional growth, and it's not just physical health, but it's trust and hope and community. When you care about what you eat, you're also caring about yourself and caring about other people, because we're eating together and we're trying to nourish our souls and feel connected. I feel that a lot of times when I come to Project Quest, it's like a family, a nutrition night. Family isn't always fun and exciting, but it is a connection, it's a bond, it's a commitment to each other. And you go through ups and downs, and there are wonderful moments, and there are other times it's just eating, washing the dishes, cleaning up. And that's really very important to me, especially when my children were at home. That was wonderful, but as they've gotten older and moved out, this becomes a real sense of family, extended family. Zawawa, zawawa, hiroi sato kimi batake wa zawawa, zawawa, zawawa. For me, I don't say that I had breast cancer, I say that I have breast cancer, because by having it once, then I have that inclination or that propensity perhaps. So I need to be working to change my lifestyle and my mental and emotional outlook, and do everything I can. And Project Quest is part of that support that I can create for myself and to enjoy life. Zawawa, zawawa, hiroi sato kimi batake wa zawawa.
わわざわわざわわ風が通り